My next guest is an author and an artist. His name is Rob Lopez, and he has a number of books. And these are sci-fi books, right?
Sci-fi horror.
So, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Good to be here.
Tell us your story. You've been on Central Valley Talk before, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into this kind of storytelling?
I think I've always been in it.
Yeah.
And then I come from a long line of oral storytellers.
Okay.
You know, I grew up listening to my uncles and talk about the stories, their upbringing. Some of them were supernatural, run-ins with things in the night, red-eyed creatures, things like that. And my dad would come home every day and talk to my mom about his work, his trials and tribulations working at the sawmill in Dinuba. So, yeah.
And you live in Oak Grove, right?
Orange Cove.
Orange Cove, which is right near Reedley. I can't get that right for some reason. So you've got, how many books do you have out right now?
Well, there's a few on Amazon that are digital.
Okay.
But I've managed to put a few in paperback. And then that one's a coloring book, kind of a sampler of some of the different worlds that I've created over the years.
Nice.
Yeah.
My daughters would love this.
I get that a lot. I
Yeah,
get that a lot
yeah.
when I'm at events and the parents will come, and sometimes they'll come back and they'll say, "Hey, we loved your stuff. The kids love it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, do you do your own artwork?
Yes, I certainly try. Yeah, for all the covers are mine. Yeah.
And you brought some artwork today with you as well. Some of the pieces. Do you want to start showing those?
Sure.
Okay.
We're having an event coming up.
Oh, great.
It's the Arts Consortium down in Visalia.
Okay.
Is doing Taste the Arts October 16th. It's a Saturday. It runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I will be at booth 234, and I hope to be showing some things like this.
Yeah, here we go. Here's a kind of point that a little bit down. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So we don't see the glare. That's beautiful. Walk us through that.
Okay, so there's a universe I've created. It began as a role-playing game universe. Mm-hmm. It's called Spiral Legion. And so basically there are these dragon-like, dinosaur-like creatures that we have to combat. And they have the ability to render all technology on a planet useless. So in fear of that, humanity has decided to alter their own DNA, and so that they would have the ability to fight them hand-to-hand. So they've given themselves wings, claws, enhanced reflexes, strength, echolocation, things like that. This poor little guy here, he is a tunnel rat, so he's got the DNA of rodents, and a little bit like a Wolverine-type character. And he's come upon one of the queens, and it's called a Malka. And so he's in a bit of a spot here.
Very cool. I love it. It's very beautiful.
Thank you.
It's good art. Next one, what do we have? I'm excited to see this.
Well, here in Fresno, we had some events, Fresno Drink and Draw, and they're starting up actually tonight.
Oh.
There's going to be one at the Labyrinth Art Collective.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it's going to become a monthly thing again. This was one of the lovely live models. She's also a local musician.
Interesting. Yeah. She's got her glass of wine in her hand.
Yeah. This is a really good night.
And then the third piece that you brought with you today.
Also from a drink and draw.
Okay.
I believe this was a Valentine's night. So she had her kind of sultry outfit and a teddy bear.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice to... Do you like doing that kind of art?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's great employing my imagination, but it gives it a sense of reality when you can draw from real life, from reference. Comic book artists are always saying, look at the photos, go to photo reference, stand in front of a mirror, pop those poses, get a mannequin, get the get the dimensions right, the proportions right. Yeah.
And do you have to just kind of do you feel like when you do the live drawing, you have to be in, it's like a trance?
It depends on the artist, I imagine. I certainly like to focus and maybe move at different angles, make sure I'm getting the proportions right. But it just, you got to be fast. This live drawing is about working on your speed and getting the eye to understand what it's looking at. Shapes, textures, lighting, all that stuff. Because there's 5-minute poses, 15-minute poses, 20-minute poses, and every now and again you get a 40-minute or hour-long pose. It's a little tough on the model. They have breaks. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. So again, and you sent in some pictures, and I want to show those real quick.
Yeah.
Tell us this one.
Well, one of my big universes is called Forsaken Stars, and it stars a vampire from space.
Okay.
He wasn't always from space, but he's developed into a space vampire over the years. It's pretty high concept. It's kind of connected with, well, I kind of decided that I would write, this sounds a little arrogant, the third chapter in the Bible. So you have the Old Testament, the New Testament.
Yeah.
This is the last Testament.
This is the last one.
This
Okay.
is where the vampires and the witches, they try to escape God's wrath. Jesus returns. He puts a field around the planet, but some of them escaped. So he sends an angel after them. And fast forward to about 1,000 years, and you got the last few, and the vampire Aziz is trying to gain an audience with God to say, hey, let's put the past behind us. I'd like to seek redemption.
Interesting. I've never heard of a story like that. That's fascinating.
It's kind of trying to pull from all areas of my upbringing, influences, Star Trek, Star Wars, being Catholic, raised, Right. Yeah.
Wow. That's very cool. I like that. These are more kind of centered around that, right?
Some of them are, and then this one actually was from a kind of news article about those seeds that were popping up. People were getting seeds that they hadn't ordered from China off of Amazon. And so I just kind of created this digital art piece called Bad Seed. Yeah.
Very cool.
Kind of wondering what they might have been,
right.
Those seeds. I think they turned out to be pretty innocuous, but it was fun to imagine.
And then this one?
I did a couple years ago when the pandemic started, Aliens in April. I think it was 2020 April.
Okay.
And I wanted to beef up my original content for Forsaken Stars and create some original aliens, or at least in my mind, You can always sort of say, hey, that guy reminds me of this or that. But I began to create it as an homage to a lot of things I loved. Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, all these sci-fi shows, horror shows, my love of vampires, werewolves, all that stuff. So it was a real hodgepodge. But so this was an attempt to create some more original characters that hopefully we'll see down the line.
People can pick up your books. What's the best way to pick these up?
Amazon.
Okay.
I have an author page, Rob Lopez. There are a couple Rob Lopez's and Robert Lopez's out there. So probably the best thing to do would be to go to my Instagram and look up my link tree in my bio.
And you've got everything from the Echo Girl prelude to Spiral Legion, Strange Space, The Art of Rob Lopez, and this is a coloring book, which is very cool as well. Real quick, the event, Taste the Arts.
October 16th, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and I will be at booth 234.
You'll be out there.
Should be on Garden Street.
Yeah, there's the...
in Visalia.
Okay, there's the flyer right there, and it's free.
And it's free. So
yeah, come on out.
Tons of vendors.
Cool.
A lot of my friends will be there. Tons of musical acts. There's going to be a silent disco. I mean, this thing's going to be...
A silent disco?
There's going to be a silent disco. You put on the headphones and
dance.
You have 3 channels. So you choose your favorite type of music and you can listen to it, rock out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. I would listen, let's see, disco. I would go with Tavares. Do you remember them, Tavares? And then, of course, Village People are great. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Casey and the Sun. I love disco, so I could just go on and on.
Yeah.
That's great. Rob, thanks for coming in. Good to meet you.
It's been great.
All right, check it out,
appreciate
everybody, in Visalia. And Visalia is so cool. I love Visalia.
It's a great town.
Groovy
Great
little town. So, we've got one more guest that's coming up next on Central Valley Talk. Stay with us.